Hi, welcome. Following our last video where we explained our digital business RECam, today we are going to talk and explain to you how we established our database and how you can easily establish your own database. For that, we are going to talk about UML, or Unified Modeling Language, which is just a graphical way of describing software systems. Then inside UML, we are going to talk about BPMN, or Business Process Modeling Notation, use case diagrams, and class diagrams. Finally, we are going to show you how you can use your class diagram to establish your professional database using Microsoft Access. So, come with us. The first step you need to do in order to establish your database is to create your BPMN. We at RECam think that Microsoft Visio Professional is one of the best tools that you have to create your BPMN. And what is a BPMN? BPMN is just a flowchart of business processes representing the progression of activities and how they are linked towards the same goal. Here you can see our BPMN diagram. Inside the BPMN diagram, we have a swimming pool. Here in our BPMN diagram, you can see that we have two swimming pools. Each one represents an actor or an entity. You can see that we have a pool for the customer and a pool for RECam. Inside RECam's pool, you can also see that we have 3 swimming lanes. Each swimming lane represents a department or a sub-actor which is vital for the finished product. You can see that we have here an informatic engineer, here a photo analyst, and here a business analyst. All of the 3 are vital, and I repeat, are vital for the finished process. Now I'm going to give to you a brief example of how our BPMN diagram works. First, our customer contacts us, RECam, and requests a 3D model. Our business analyst initiates the process of the 3D model request. The customer fills in the 3D model request form and then sends the 3D model request to our business analyst. After receiving the 3D model, our business analyst consults his schedule and sees the availability to visit the real estate. After seeing his schedule, he sees the type of subscription of our customer. If our customer has an unlimited subscription, he won't pay for the 3D model, so he won't have a bill at the end. If our customer has a paid subscription, our business analyst will indicate the price. Then our process will flow throughout our business analyst, photo analyst, and informatic engineer, so that at the end our customer can have his 3D model and the respective bill. Another important tool when understanding your company's processes in order to establish and create your own database is to use a use case diagram. Use case diagrams mainly represent a flow of information between main actors. In our case, in RECam's case, we have the client and RECam. The client creates an account. After creating the account and logging in, he is presented with an array of options, which are request a 3D model, check my 3D model, and check analytical data. Now I'm going to show you how this works in practice. We enter our RECam website, we go to the login menu, and then we enter our login. We enter our password, and then click on login, and we are presented with the 3 options: request my new 3D model, my 3D models, and check analytical data. Going back to our use case diagram, you can see that after requesting the 3D model, it is RECam's responsibility to do all the processes and then give back to the client within the check my 3D model area the finished 3D model. It is also RECam's responsibility to give back to the client his analytical data. You can also see that within the numerous menus, you have an array of options to choose from and to see information. After seeing all the desired information, the client can log out. And now we are going to show you how you can create your class diagram. Class diagrams show you the interactions between your classes, and each box here represents a class. So you have a customer class, a request class, and so on. Inside each class or each class box, you have an array of information that is vital or important for the process to move on. Without the customer ID or address, you can't request a new 3D model. You can see also that a customer does a request, and a customer can request 0 to many requests. This works generally in the same way with the rest of the classes, or you have 1-to-1 or none-to-1 or one-to-many interactions. You can see that the customer does the request, and this request leads to an appointment. This appointment leads to the process, which is divided into classes. The process evaluates the property, and the process generates a bill at the end. This class diagram can help you to see where the inefficiencies of your company are. For example, if it takes too long for the process to end, you can see where it took the most time, and you can grow your company to be a better company. For this final part of the video, we will show you how you can create your own professional database, like us here at RECam have already created ours. The first step is to transform all of your data from your class diagram into Microsoft Access data. And how can you do this? This is the final product. It looks like our class diagram. We created tables, like this billing table here, and we added the information like this. You click to add, and then you choose the type of information that you want to add. Every table needs to have a primary key. This primary key identifies each table and helps to relate to other tables. Now I'm going to show you how you can create a form. Just click here on Create and then on Form Design. Then you'll need to choose the source. Our source for this form will be the billing table. Then you need to adjust the area that you want to work with, and then choose from a variety of options on this menu up here, like this text box option. Then just write whatever you want. Click outside the text box and work this area until you are satisfied and have a simple form like this billing form here. If, when creating your database, you need to relate information from different tables, you'll need to create a query. How can you create a query? Just click here on Create and then Query Wizard. You'll need to choose the option Simple Query Wizard, and this box appears. Just move all the options to the other side, to the selected fields, and then choose another table, like Customer. If you want to relate the customer ID with all this information, just move the customer ID to the right side, and then move on with the process until it's finished. For example, here you have the detailed process query, where we relate the process ID with the appointment ID and numerous other fields. With all the tools that I taught you before, you can create a simple, easy-to-use database. Because Access databases can be hard to fill, and because companies don't need to have technicians to fill those, Access allows you to create a simple platform. Like this one, this is our final database at RECam. You can add customers. We will add a new customer with the address 123, just for example. You'll save the information, then exit, and if we go to customer, you'll see that the new customer has already entered the customers table. Just to show you another example, if we enter the main menu form again, we can browse our customer list, we can filter it by company, and then you can see our Century 21 companies, and it works the same for the appointments. We can browse for the appointments by customer. You can see here the appointments for Remax Almada. Well, this is all for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay with us.